No return for Georgia State, and they bring out a very interesting quarterback. There's some to think that this Georgia State backfield is more talented than the one Ole Miss will put on the field. Camden Overton Howard is their new tight end, and the senior. Bayer drops back, wants to throw, needing one, gets nothing. He had some pressure and a go for it under center. Bayer tries to find some room, and he does. Just outside of his left guard. Amos, who just entered at running back, and it's the first touch for John Robinson. They're down 8. Play clock to 1. They just got it off. Bayer to the slant, knocked away, trying to find Harrison Wallace III, better known as Trey, back to receive this. He stands with his toes on the opposite 15. Come up to the 19 to make the catch and has some momentum. First 3 missed. Oh, he's got the middle of the field. Flag comes flying and Harris gets taken down at the 32-yard line. The flag is back. He said that's how we will simplify it for our first-time starter. And that's an easy pitch and catch. Daquan Wright takes it to midfield and a pickup of 14.
Yeah, the real is who they're going to be on defense.
Fake to Kewan Lacy, out to Trey Wallace. He's got the sideline, and he picks up another Ole Miss first down, back-to-back. Simmons pulls it back, delivers over the middle. Daquan Wright takes it to the house. Welcome to the SEC, Austin Simmons. His first. Transferred in from Western Kentucky. 7-0 Rebs. Is at running back behind Bayer. Bayer goes to Braswell out of the backfield and he gets swallowed up. Bayer's 6'5", 209. Saw action at both Penn State and Pitt before coming to Georgia State, and he's able to get the just missed out on the college football playoff by a couple of spots. And a great pursuit and a takedown by.
You don't want to think too much.
Oh, nearly got a piece of it. It takes a Georgia State hop and may have caromed off of an Ole Miss player, and so he wants to throw again. O-line holds up well, and he tried to fit it into a corner. There's a flag down at 32.
So they haven't been around long, but they've had a lot of recent success.
Simmons hit as he throws, and he's picked up in midfield. Georgia State's Chom's Jine takes it down to the 20-yard line. He's got Branson Robinson behind him. Third possession, they change quarterbacks and nothing doing on that run. That was a concern for Pete Golding. Short field for the Panthers after the pick. 3rd and 9. Complete. And a spin near the mark. They've already converted one on a QB sneak, and now they do it with their second QB. Yep. 2nd and 7. Amos is taken down by Franklin. Entered the portal but returned. And he was guarded well, and so it ends up a quarterback sack. Xavier Harris takes down Cameron Brown. He made 74% of his kicks last year. Accounted for 15 points in her upset against Vanderbilt. And the knuckleball is off the post.
Kudus, both transfers this year.
Simmons nearly blasted, somehow evades the pressure, and he slides into second with a 9-yard gain. So it leaves Ole Miss with a 1st and 20. Pocket holds this time. Simmons with time converts over the middle.
They go accurate with touch throws.
There's Deuce Alexander. Alexander with the cutback takes it down to the 30. That's for example.
They were in a playoff game and no receiver caught a football for Penn State. I mean, and he's their #1 receiver. He's got to be going, man, I got to get somewhere they're going to throw me the football.
Simmons in zone, intercepted for the 2nd time. What a grab by Jordan Huff.
Get in the face of Austin Simmons rushing from his left side, left-hand quarterback. It's going to change the arm angle.
And with the handoff, there's room on the left side thanks to a shake from Rashad Amos. And he stays on his feet with part of a very deep and talented running back room for Georgia State. And Amos again.
In the first 4 rounds of the NFL draft out of Georgia, all guys that were under his tutelage.
Pressure on Vieira. He's able to escape, and he cuts it back across the logo. He's got a first down with his legs.
After a really fast start, Georgia State, 2 turnovers and climbing their way back into this game once again.
Georgia State's spring practice had already begun. It was a whirlwind week from McGee. It was part of the Para-National Championships. Swing pass and incomplete. But hanging in there, only down a touchdown. Over the middle and incomplete. That'll get you a bullet point on your LinkedIn resume. Panthers punting it away. Fair catch. Ashford taken inside the 5 at the 2-yard line. Got another 15.
You see Wallace there making the fair catch. So he's able to see the field in 3-dimensionally is what I call it. And this is it.
Dropped it right over the top, and Trey Wallace has an Ole Miss first down.
Just straight ran by the DB.
And now they'll try to get it done on the ground. Lacy is able to pick up 7.
Q run games that Charlie Weiss and Lane Kiffin dial up so frequently.
So Simmons back in as the signal caller, held that handoff a long time.
But it looks like he absolutely could handle it.
But they're also very different from a leadership perspective. And Austin told us he's learning to be a little bit more vocal, taken down there.
I'd say this, Jackson Dart might be his biggest fan watching him tonight.
3rd and 10. Simmons fires. It is tipped and incomplete. And on the preseason list this season. And he splits the uprights from deep. You get touchbacks 80% of the time. You don't really have to think about it. And that's exactly what Carnero does right here. He brings intensity, huh?
Yeah.
Ball tipped on the rush, and it falls incomplete. The leader of this Ole Miss defense.
Yeah, remember, they're trying to replace Chris Paul. TJ Daugherty, obviously a standout from last year. They added.
I think Chambers, number 26, right there next to Daugherty, may have the highest ceiling of anybody on this Ole Miss defense.
Right here on 3rd down, let's see if he can get in the backfield.
Ole Miss brings the house just over the middle and incomplete. Now playing with the Terrapins.
Yeah, ball came out so fast. Really tough to develop players at that level.
Reed Chanley to punt it away. Trey Wallace from the 26. Straight up the gut and to the 44-yard line. Yeah, he said we all came with one goal. That's to beat every team we play. He hooks up with Daquan Wright again. Simmons hit as he throws again as the pocket collapsed. It was Henry Bryant. One more center, Bryson Sanders. Pump one way, looking another. All day. And a strike complete for a first down. Catch for Wallace. He's already got 80 yards in this one. And now Kewan Lacy. And Lacy squirts through, makes it all the way down.
With a near TFL.
So 3rd and 3. And Lacy grabs her to the line. Out of the shotgun, they're going to snap it to the tight end, Daquan Wright. And he's able to pick up the first down and named Austin Simmons tonight. Lacy takes a beating, powers to the goal line, and he's just short. And it's Lacy again. He's met, spins free, and he splashes into the end zone. What a run by Lacy. Here's Carnero for the point after. That was a solid drive. You like Kewan Lacy? You know, like Kiffin does. I think he was given more hits than taken. Back to the ground game for the Panthers, and Rashad Amos, former Rebel, takes it past midfield.
Free Amos having a good night. 53 yards on 5 carries.
Some of that eye candy Pete Golding said he was worried about. You get the split zone, so coming across the opposite direction with that jet motion coming.
Let's go. 2nd down.
You also rode in a school bus from Missouri to
Pressured up the middle, gets rid of it, and beautiful catch and run by Javon Robinson. And Robinson is into the end zone for the Panthers.
It's going to come into the picture. The ball's a little high, and Cole is going to kind of flinch or jump. And that's that one step that allows the receiver to get. Offense has let him down, and this one just got a little interesting on a show.
This is his third stop. He started at Louisville for a couple of seasons, then to Troy, and now his second season with the Panthers. Bring the tight end right in, and they throw it out to the perimeter. A little shake and bake by Deuce Alexander. Travis Pearson is the first-time play caller on the defensive side for Georgia State. So they had a hard time finding film. Here's Simmons running with it, and he's able to pick up a first down. So they pull the ball back to the 50 where he started his slide, and is able to escape the pocket again and gets taken down out of bounds. That is deep research, right? Let's turn to the social media. It's not like they have plays on there. They're just looking at the picks that they put out from fall camp.
And they did enough digging to really.
Ole Miss trying to answer the last Georgia State score. Play action, deep out route, and incomplete. 3rd and 1 for Ole Miss. Simmons wants to throw, and out of the backfield, juggling. And Chambliss, after the fake, ends up scampering out of bounds.
I expected to get involved much sooner.
Under a half minute to play in the first half. Simmons hands it off, and Lacy reaches for the stripe. He's in. Here in game 1.
And it was really close there.
Carnero punches it through.
You can see the early jump there. All right, Chambliss, every time he's come in, it's been a quarterback run.
They're loaded up to come up the middle. Chambliss fakes the toss, takes it himself, and he's in. So after the penalty, spectrum, how has that helped you be a better leader and teammate? He's like, gosh, I hadn't thought about that. Playing travel ball throughout baseball, pressured again. And on the run, delivers a dime to Trey Wallace, who turns it upfield and now bends it back towards the middle.
Situations where you learn how to be a leader at each one, I think is very valuable for college football from a quarterback's perspective.
Here's an open run by Kewan Lacy. And Lacy's looking for his 3rd of the night. 42-yard run for Kewan Lacy. It's a 3-touchdown night for the transfer running back.
Obviously, I was referencing football.
Sure.
He goes, oh, yeah, that right there, what we just showed.
Oh, we got a pick and a big man rumbling. Xavier Harris with the takeaway. Threw it right at his numbers. And now the big fella going to rock the rim. Hello and goodbye.
He broke it. Destruction party?
Yeah, you'll think of something. Out of the pistol now. Simmons with Lacy. Goes play action, swings it out. And to the pylon, it's Caleb Odom.
Charlie Weiss and Lane Kiffin in this offense. Great extension there to get over the pylon for the touchdown. Big-bodied wide receiver that can block and mix it up as well.
In the first half, the challenge was getting the offense on. Great penetration up front. And
Tom quickly spoke to Dale McGee, Georgia State head coach, right before the second half began.
the push up front again, and a great break on the ball, but it draws a flag.
Yeah, just trying to come over the top and make a play here. Obviously, way too early with the contact. Tried to
Kite, former Alabama point guard signee, transferred in from Auburn, and they instead check down and go to Leo Blackburn, and he is immediately swarmed. A frenzy on the ball
by the safety.
Trey Wallace back to receive this punt. Beautiful kick from Reed Chanley, drives them all the way back to the 7. Harris.
Really since middle of the second quarter from Austin Simmons after a little bit of a rocky start.
There's a flag on that return, a block in the back, and it's got him backed up to the 8.
Haven't seen a ton of Deshaun Stribling, but he's really talented. Wallace has had some opportunities. Caleb Odom, Daquan Wright. There's a lot of talent around him. If this offensive line can come together. Exactly.
Like, what's the last offensive line that went out there and said, we blocked a D-line today during the summer? Like, you don't do that. You don't put shoulder pads on.
Oscar Bird's first punt is
not the guy you want to pick up.
No. Stretch for DJ Braswell, and he's got a stiff arm at the end. Cameron Brown facing pressure, four-man rush. Escaped one and leaves it short, trying to...
You'd love to get Chambliss some more reps in this offense. He's new to it.
Down the sideline. Whoa! What a catch!
The game-changing speed with the physicality to go downhill and run somebody over if you need to.
This time for Wallace. And over the shoulder, but out of bounds. Wallace had a touchdown against Ole Miss in the Peach Bowl, and he was with Penn State. Here's Deuce Alexander. So 1st and 10. And here's Damian Taylor in the country in 20-yard or more rushes. Lefty goes to his right, gets hit, drops a football, and somehow bounced right back to him. I think Timmy's Q rating perhaps has gone down a little bit. We need to fix that.
Pretty good against a Syracuse team that's added some nice talent to their roster under Fran Brown.
For UT, 5 sacks, 7 tackles behind the line of scrimmage, and 10.
Florida State, Gus Malzahn taking the reins there of the offense.
Here's Ted Hurst finally getting in on the action. Not usually awake when all those morning shows are on, but I'm aware that you did make an appearance. And some people labeled you a hater.
Oh,
are you taking a victory lap? Here comes the pressure from Ole Miss.
Absolutely.
Holding. Let's go to the Higginbotham hotline for more on that.
We'll go to Game Day Men's Health afterwards. You can figure it out.
From the 17, a little shake and a flag, and that'll keep us here for another minute. All time under Lane Kiffin, and that's a strike, and that's 6. Trey Wallace from Austin Simmons. Get another kicker into the game. This is Mac Baker.
It always helps when you get inside leverage and then the safety just falls down.
Is that how you draw it up?
You can drop really good plays and have a great plan and this read to this read, and if we leverage this guy, but if someone falls down, it really just helps.
It was interesting talking to him about the goals, and I mentioned this earlier. So we just want to go out there. Our goal is just to win every game we got on the schedule. Whoa. Our video library goes back way too far.
I didn't even
find a little bit of tape on him. The kid can play, though. I mean,
he played in the D2 National Championship. It was on television.
You know, I didn't see the tape on that one live, but I did go find it on YouTube, and he's a gamer. He just looks like he's out there playing point. We just wouldn't be doing it. We wouldn't mess with it. We'd be focused on baseball, and we would follow that path, and we would be taking that route. But because of what the money is right now in college football, specifically at quarterback, that's why they're here at Ole Miss.
And he gave them. You know, if they were to trust it and believe it wasn't just a plan. They gave him all that. Chambliss going deep. And Stribling hauls it in at the 11. That allowed Ole Miss to compete with maybe some of the programs that they couldn't in years past before the transfer portal is in person.
No.
And I think that adds to some of the fun. Crossing route in the mesh will end up in a touchdown on a 13-yard strike. And Hartrip.
Austin Simmons.
By the way, Hartrip only played 2 snaps last year. Now,
oh, when's your birthday again?
Oh, shoot.
Another thing I should know after 9 years.
Here's a long run by T.J. Payton. 50 new players in the spring for him. 9 of them were offensive linemen. Talk about a carousel.
Big one for South Carolina. Lenore Sellers, that defense for South Carolina trying to reload.
Brown with a first down run.
Less than any other coach in this league. there are going to be 2-3 guys that make some plays that we're not talking about.
Just a hair out of the reach after Cameron Brown got Vandy will have revenge on its mind.
Problem is now you never know when payback's coming. It could be any time.
Here comes the pressure. Brown flush and just off the hand. Or pardon me, played against Wisconsin in the Gator Bowl, tore his ACL the year before when he was with LSU in its bowl game. And here's Diggs with room on the left side and a sprint for a first down and maybe more. And Diggs taken down at the 23-yard line after a 49-yard run. It kind of feels like a constant celebration in this town. Here's Chambliss. Good job, dude. Here's Diggs. 42 and 69 in before the game came to a close, and Diggs powers his way in. Touchdown, Logan Diggs. Point after is good.
Getting the key block here to give Logan Diggs a one-on-one matchup that he won at the goal line.
And you would see remnants of that. It's what Ole Miss had drawn up. Some mistakes early, a little more consistency late. And the Rebels get ready because they've got an SEC.